Hello everybody, and welcome to the Fortean Slip Bedtime Stories. Tonight, the true story of Harold, the Haunted Doll. This story is told in its original listing on eBay from 2003. I'm sure it's happened to each of us at least once or twice. You are walking around the flea market or antique mall looking for a treasure or two, and you come upon a beat-up looking doll. You think to yourself, oh, that's charming, or the child who owned that doll must have really loved that thing. But what I thought after seeing the doll that day should never ever be repeated. This doll was purchased in a small dirt lot flea market in the quaint town of Webster, Florida. Webster is a very charming, industrious town about 60 miles southwest of Gainesville. They have a weekly flea market offering treasures, bargains, and aisles of kernel corn. I had arrived at the flea market fairly late in the day when most people were packing to go home. That is when I saw an elderly man placing the doll in a box. It looked interesting, so I asked the man if I could see it. The man replied, "You don't want to see this doll." I said, "Sure I do. What do you want for it?" He said, "Well, that's a good question, because it's very old. It was my son's. I bought it for him when he was born, and he passed away a few years after. This doll has sat in my work shed for over 60 years. I wasn't going to bring it out today, but I figured I just needed to get it out of here. Anyways, I want $20 for it." I gave the guy $20, put it in a bag, and walked away. When I was halfway down the aisle, the man came running over, visibly out of breath. He said, "I have to warn you about something. I can't just let you take him like this. The reason it's been in my shed is that the doll brought an eerie presence into our house after our son died. We would hear crying and singing from his bedroom. When we went to check it out, there was nothing, just the doll. Other things started to happen, and the priest told me I should burn the doll. I tried and tried, but it would barely burn. That's why his arms and head are so worn. Anyways, I just want to let you know." I told him okay and chuckled to myself as I walked away. That was until I got home, and my life has never been the same. 2 days later, my cat died. My girlfriend left me for the pool guy. I began to have chronic migraines, and this is only 2 days after purchasing the doll. A week later, I began to hear children laughing and crying in my basement. Every time I would go check it out, of course, nothing. This doll has been in an armadillo coffin in my basement for the last year and a half. I need to get rid of it. I really do believe it's cursed. Sometimes I touch it, and it seems like it has a pulse. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe not.